Okay, Spanish 3, we're ready to cover all of the preterite that we learned in Spanish 2 in a single thing of notes here. So you can stop it if you want to, slow it down and pause it as needed, but I'm going to go through it as quickly as I can so that we can just get all the different kinds of preterite down. All right, so let's start with the regular. Regular verbs, if it's an AR verb, our endings for the preterite are haste, o, amos, aron. And astes, if you want to learn that. If it's an ER or an IR verb, they are the same. The endings for ER and IR verbs are iste, yo, imos, vieron. Then we have to remember about cargar-zar verbs. These are verbs that end in cargar-zar in the yo form only. A car verb will change to QUE in the yo form. Gar will change to GUE in the yo form, and zar becomes CE in the yo form. So those are all of our regular endings for regular preterite verbs. Then we need the irregulares. Okay, for most irregular verbs, I refer to them lovingly as stemies. Because all you need to do is memorize the little tiny stem that goes with the verb, and then all of them have the same endings. So for hacer, the little stemmy is is. And for tener, the little stemmy is tuv. Estar is estuv. Poner, pus. Poder, pud. Venir, vin, andar, anduv, querer, quis. And then we have some J verbs as well. We'll talk about those in a second. So each one of these stems is going to have the same endings. All of these have the endings iste, o, imos, vieron. And there are no accents on any of that. So you just memorize the stemmy, and all of these irregulars will have the same endings. Then there's a couple J verbs, like decir becomes dich, traer becomes trach, conducir becomes conduc. And you may remember the difference here is they have the same endings, iste, o, imos, except right here it's just going to be eron instead of ieron when it's a J verb. So those J verbs have slightly different stems. Right? And it's possible that there are more stemies as well that I haven't written on here. I think I got the main ones. But there are quite a few irregular verbs. You just need to memorize what their stemies are. And then hacer has that one little special form right here where it changes to iso instead of eco. All right, a couple more regulars that you just have to kind of memorize, if you remember, are dar, for to give, and ver. And they're both very similar. They have exactly the same endings. So it's di, diste, dio, dimos, dieron. No accents. Ver is vi, diste, dio, dimos, dieron. No accents. So they are both, they're considered like brothers. And then the last one that we should stick on here, which I think we're pretty good at, is ear and ser. Both ear and ser get conjugated the same way in the preterite, and that is fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fueron. No accents. So either I went or I was a certain way, it's going to be that conjugation of ear and ser. Sorry, wasn't able to see the end there, so there you go. And that's how we do the preterite, Spanish 3.